Patanjali Om Swastiastu. Good morning, sir and friend. On this occasion, I will present LKM8 on protein and amino acid metabolism. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Marta Unitandunan with SIN 24130310026. Okay, next to material. Explain the definition of protein metabolism and its role in the human body. Protein metabolism refers to the overall biochemical processes involving the synthesis, anabolism, and degradation, catabolism of proteins in the body. It plays a crucial role in tissue growth and repair, enzyme and hormone production, maintenance of nitrogen balance, and serves as an alternative energy source when carbohydrates and lipids are insufficient. Explain the stage of protein biosynthesis, including uh, trans- transcription and translation, as well as their location within the cell. Protein biosynthesis consists of two main stages. Transcription occurs in the nucleus, where DNA is transcribed into messenger RNA atau mRNA. Translation takes place in ribosome within the cytoplasm, where mRNA is translated into a polypeptide chain with the help of transfer RNA atau tRNA that carries specific amino acids according to the genetic code. Why is protein biosynthesis essential for growth and tissue repair? Protein biosynthesis is essential because proteins are the primary structural and functional components of cells and tissues. This process enables the formation of new proteins needed to replace damaged cells, support growth, and produce enzymes and hormones that regulate physiological functions. Okay, next, explain the mechanism of protein degradation in the body, including the roles of proteasomes and lysosomes. Protein degradation is the process of breaking down proteins into amino acids. Proteasome degrade damaged or unicellary proteins through the ubiquitin proteasome pathway. Lysosome degrades proteins using um, hydrolytic enzymes. especially during nutrient deficiency or cellular stress. The resulting amino acid can be a result for further metabolism. Okay, next, explain how amino acids are utilized in the body, including the processes of transamination and deamination. Amino acids can be used for new protein synthesis or as an energy source. In transamination, the amino group is transferred from one amino acid to another compound to form a new amino acid. In the deamination, the amino group is removed, producing ammonia NH3, which is toxic and must be further processed. Okay, next. Explain the function of the urea cycle in protein metabolism and why this process is important. The urea cycle converts toxic ammonia into urea in the liver, which is then excreted through urine. This process is essential for removing excess nitrogen and preventing the accumulation of ammonia, which can be harmful to the nervous system. Okay, next. Why does the patient in this case have elevated blood urea levels? Relate your answer to amino acid metabolism. Elevated urea levels occur due to increased protein degradation, leading to a higher production of amino acids. These amino acids undergo deamination, producing excess ammonia. The ammonia is then converted into urea via the urea cycle, resulting in increased blood urea levels. This condition also indicates a disruption in nitrogen balance and protein metabolism. Next, explain the concept of nitrogen balance and the factors that influence it. Nitrogen balance refers to the difference between nitrogen intake from dietary protein and nitrogen excretion via urine, feces, and sweat. Positive nitrogen balance occurs when intake exceeds excretion, such as during growth or recovery. Negative nitrogen balance occurs when excretion exceeds intake, such as in illness or malnutrition. Factors influencing nitrogen balance include protein intake, health status, hormonal regulation, and metabolic activity. Next, analyze the role of hormones in protein metabolism, such as insulin and cortisol. Insulin promotes protein synthesis and inhibits protein degradation, making it an anabolic hormone. In contrast, cortisol stimulates protein breakdown into amino acids, for energy production, especially during stress, making it a catabolic hormone. The balance between these hormones is essential for regulating protein metabolism. Okay, next. Explain the relationship between protein metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism, and lipid metabolism in energy production. Protein metabolism is closely integrated with carbohydrate and lipid metabolism. Amino acid can be converted into glucose through gluconeogenesis or enter the Krebs cycle to produce energy. Excess amino acid can also be converted into fatty acid. This interconnection ensures that the body maintains energy balance under varying physiological conditions. Okay, thank you, sir and friends. I hope what has been presented has broadened our knowledge and understanding. Apologize for any shortcomings. That's all and thank you. Saya tutup dengan Param Santi Om Santi 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 Om.